Hi, good afternoon. I'm Julie Kilburn. I'm a social worker at Riverside Cancer Care Center, and today I'm going to talk to you about care for the caregiver. Caregiving can look many different ways. There are different types of caregivers. There are friends, there are families, there are differences based on relationships, based on culture. Um, Caregiving may be multiple different things. So you can coordinate care from a distance, such as via phone or email. You can give emotional support or spiritual support. You may be helping with things like transportation or preparing food, daily living activities such as going to the bathroom, bathing, dressing. So how do we cope with becoming a caregiver? Caregiving can be very challenging. And so oftentimes we find ourselves putting our own needs and feelings aside in order to take care of them. An example of that would be like being a mom. You are constantly thinking about your children's needs, such as getting them to and from school and daycare and what's for dinner and all those things. And so caregiver stress can lead to both physical and psychological effects. If you don't take care of yourself, it's very difficult for you to take care of someone else. So roles can change when you become a caregiver. You could be a younger person or an older person. You may have been a really active part of someone's life, and now they're diagnosed with cancer. And so you feel that the way you support them changes your relationship. You also may not have a lot of experience with caregiving, and so it may feel somewhat intense. Caregiver mental health is extremely important. After a loved one is diagnosed with cancer, you also might feel a great deal of distress. Supporting family is probably most important to me. I experience probably more time with patients, families, and caregivers more than I do with the patients. Some ways that you can make sure you're taking care of yourself is making sure you have your own support system. Highly suggest going to a support group. You also could do one-on-one therapy. Talking to others about how you feel is very helpful, as well as you could do journal writing. There are many different ways that caregivers can take care of themselves. And so you may want to think about some of these things. Find time to relax. Don't neglect your personal life. Keep your routine, and definitely ask for help. So asking for help can be really difficult. Sometimes you may feel guilty. You also may not know how could someone else help you. Oftentimes when people offer help, if you can come back with a task-oriented response, such as, could you please go do the shopping for me? Could you swing by the pharmacy and pick up their medications? Could you cut the grass? People really tend to respond well when you have something specific that you need help with. So accepting help from others isn't always easy, but remember that getting help for yourself can also help your loved one. It can help them feel less guilty about all the things that you are doing for them. I also highly suggest that if you can connect with someone at the center, such as a social worker or a navigator, that you'll feel somewhat supported in that way. But I also suggest an online support group, because you may feel guilty leaving the home to go and do something for yourself. This is something that you can do on your own time within your own home. So caring for your body is very important. Take your own medications as prescribed. Try to eat healthy meals, get enough rest, and exercise. Exercise is probably my favorite because you can take a small, brisk walk and kind of process how you're feeling. Could talk to yourself if you'd like, but it's a good way to just have some downtime to kind of process all the things that you're going through. So long distance caregiving is definitely something we see a lot at our center. We have a lot of military families. We have people who work off-site and travel. And so there's lots of ways that you can feel connected when you're not physically here. I definitely suggest, like I said earlier, to reach out to the center's social worker or navigator so that you feel your loved one have some sort of advocate or go-between for you. Stay in touch with others who are near. So, like I've said multiple times before, is that connecting with people at the center. You also could have someone that's nearby that could be available for emergencies, or helping to communicate between you and the provider. I also, we have a online portal called MyChart. You can connect with your loved one through MyChart so that you can keep up to date with the office visit notes and results for testing. You also can join the office visits via phone while your loved one is there at the center seeing the providers. So important things to know as a long distance caregiver is you definitely want to have your documentation in place so that they can speak to you over the phone or via email. So I would suggest having your verbal disclosure on file so that when you do call, we can provide you with updates. Advanced directives and power of attorneys would also be really good things to have in place so that if your loved one needs assistance with bill pay or medical decision making, you're able to do so. So other ways that you can feel connected is technology is amazing. We can do Zoom, we can do FaceTime. We can help with assisting with travel so that you can get here in times of need. So in closing, I just want to say that you're doing a great job. It's one of the hardest jobs. And we really are blessed to care for you and your loved ones during one of the most difficult times in your life. And thank you.